What's good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the Puma Scoot 02, Scoot Henderson's second signature shoe. So without further ado, let's take a look at how these perform. Alright, so as far as his second signature shoe with Puma goes, I actually like these a lot better than last year. I believe the price point last year was $100 American, around $135 here in Canada, and I believe the price point is the same. I picked these up about a week ago, so I can't exactly remember how much I paid for them, but I do remember the price point being very low considered all of the other shoes on the market are just so expensive currently. But as always, starting with the bottom of the shoe, you do have this modified herringbone traction pattern, and this performs elite on court. I've spent around 8 hours in these thus far, and the traction pattern on clean and dirty floors you'll have to wipe every so often, but on clean floors, man, these perform amazing. They have a pretty nice squeak, but the stopping power is just instant. Like when you make your movements, your crossovers, or you're running full speed and you need to come to a stop, these things will have you covered. Keep in mind, this is a solid rubber outsole variety on this colorway, so for me, they performed great. Bringing these outdoors, the rubber compound is a little bit on the softer side, and the grooves are pretty shallow, so I don't know if I would bring these outdoors. But as far as indoors go on clean and or dirty floors, I never had any hiccups, and that's why these are going to score a very solid 9.5 out of 10. They're not perfect, but they're up there with some of the best basketball shoes on the market today here as far as the traction goes. Now, as far as the cushioning goes, I believe it's just still like an EVA foam compound. I'll throw it up on the screen if it's something different, but as far as how it performs compared to the first ones were very dense on court. The midsole was very stiff, and it was very stiff underfoot. It took a little bit of time to break in and it got a little better, but these right off the bat, there was a very bouncy and nice compression at the heel. Really nothing in the forefoot, it felt a lot more dead, but the heel, there was a ton of compression, and honestly, these were very comfortable on foot. The insole is really nothing special. You're just kind of getting this ortho-light insole. For me, it was really nothing special. It's honestly kind of crappy underfoot. I did swap it out after around 2 hours with my Game Day Pro from Move insoles, but the underfoot comfort, especially at the heel, is superb. Everything up front is just for court feel, to really feel all of your movements on court. But I think it is an upgrade compared to last year, and I think it's a great thing that the price point is more or less the exact same from Puma. I think this is one of the, if not the best budget basketball shoes out right now. And keep in mind, in a couple months, you're going to be able to grab these for 30 or 40% off easy. No problem. So for me, as far as the cushioning goes, these are going to score a pretty solid 7.5 out of 10. Again, it's really nothing special, but it just gets the job done on court, especially for lighter players. As far as the fit goes, I went with my standard size 10.5, and my toe is right near the end of the shoe. The width was good as well, so I do think if you are a wide footer, you should be good to go with the Scoot 02s. I found them very comfortable on foot. At the back of the shoe, you have some nice Achilles pillows at the back. The tongue is very thickly padded as well, so a ton of comfort with these underfoot. The tongue is gusseted as well, so it's not going to slide around on you at all. And there is 2 portions of the laces that do run through the tongue, so everything is just really secure on foot. One thing I really like is there's not a lot of extra volume at the top of your toes. It just really kind of cinches around your foot very nicely within his second signature shoe with Puma. And that's why these are going to score a very solid 9 out of 10 as far as the fit goes. For me and my play style and just the way these fit my foot, I really enjoyed them. Now, as far as the materials go, for the price point, you're getting a lot of different materials, and quite honestly, it's nothing premium, but it just looks great in hand. So starting at the back of the shoe, you kind of have this screen mesh material around the heel counter that does wrap in to the front of the shoe. On the side of the shoe, you do have this fuse overlay for the Puma logo, and then you do have this really cool iridescent portion near the lateral portion of the toe box. Moving yourself over to the medial side, you have some more fused portions right here for some more durability and support. And then everything right here is really an open cell foam or a mesh material to the point where you're going to get a ton of breathability out at the side of this shoe right here. And then wrapping up the tongue, you have a very, very breathable mesh material. So for me, you're getting a multitude of materials. Oh, and not to mention, you're getting a synthetic suede or nubuck here on the medial side and on the lateral side in kind of this gray right here. So you're getting a ton of material options for the $100 price point. I think it's a major bang for your buck shoe as far as the materials go, and that's why for the price point, these are going to score a very solid 8.5 out of 10. You're getting screen mesh, an open cell mesh, and then some fuse overlays kind of with this patent leather iridescent material. Definitely a thumbs up as far as I'm concerned. As far as the weight goes within this model right here, again, this is a US size 10.5, and these come in at 14.9 ounces. So not anything overly light, but on foot, these don't feel heavy at all. As far as the support goes with his second signature shoe, you know, these shoes don't have all the crazy bells and whistles as far as the tech goes, but one thing it does do well is it just performs great on court. Starting at the back of the shoe, you have a very rigid internal heel counter that does wrap around your foot very nicely. Moving your way down from that, you have a very kind of chunky midsole that does wrap up nicely to the point where your foot is seated housed within that midsole. So if you make any hard lateral cuts, you should be good to go. I never had any issues. And you also have these two kind of stabilizer straps here on the lateral and on the medial side that do wrap down into the footbed. So if you really crank these laces down, it cinches around your foot very nicely. At the bottom of the shoe, you have a very wide and stable base, and it does flare out right here for an outrigger. So all things considered, this is a very supportive basketball shoe. And as far as the midfoot goes, I don't know if there's a shank plate in this, but they are very rigid in the midfoot while maintaining a nice forefoot flex at the forefoot of the shoe. So honestly, this shoe just ticks all the boxes, even as far as the traction, support, fit, materials. It just does it all at a great price point. And that's why these are going to score a very solid 9 out of 10 as far as the support goes. So that's going to do it for today's performance review on Scoot Henderson's second signature shoe with Puma. You know, the price point and just everything that you're getting within this shoe, in my opinion, it's better than LaMelo Ball's third and fourth signature shoe at the elevated price point of around 130 USD. I think this shoe just offers everything you need within a hoop shoe from a brand that's really pulling no punches as far as just the total package. And honestly, the design of the shoe, I do like better than his first one. His first one wasn't bad. For me, this one just has a better streamlined kind of effect, and I just really love what the brand is doing thus far with his second signature shoe. I'm stoked to see more colorways, but as far as the performance goes, these are killers on court for a great price point. But sound off in the comments what you guys think of his second signature shoe with Puma. But that's going to do it for today's performance review. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that would definitely help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. Again, I think a ton of you guys should check out this signature shoe from Puma because it can be had at a great price point with superb performance. But as always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.